How's it going, people? So today's video is going to be about how to make a Backrooms style scene, like KanePixels kind of inspired type effect in Blender. Okay, this is in the spirit of the movie coming out in, well, as I'm making this in about 4 days. I'm very excited. Literally, several of my students have on their own just started making Backroom style stuff, so I figured it's probably a good time to make a tutorial. There's probably going to be more people out there who are curious about how to do this kind of thing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so this is a little render of the sort of scene we're working with here. I'm going to go into out of render mode. This is, this is 10-15 minutes work. Okay, so we've got a pretty cool little scene going here. You can see it's quite simple, but this is a baseline. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a very simple little Backrooms level. This is beginner friendly, so it's super simple. And it's very modular, okay? Movable, adjustable. You can do what you want with it. So we're going to create a new project. We don't need any of this stuff right now, so we're just going to highlight that, press the delete button on the keyboard. You can also press X. And we're going to start by making some floors. We're going to go add mesh plane. Okay, brilliant. Now we can't see any textures on this yet, so we're going to hold Z and go to material preview and let go of Z. Now what I'm going to need you to do is go to this website, link in description. We're going to download this texture pack. Okay, it's got all the basic Backrooms textures. Once you've done that, we're going to go to the shading tab up here, the shading workspace. If you don't have it, just go plus general shading. We're going to look in, we're going to go new. Okay, so this is a basic way for changing the color of things in Blender. We don't want the color to be one color, so we're going to drag out from the yellow dot, search image texture, color. Now we can just open up whatever image we want. I'm going to start with the carpet color from the folder. Yeah, pretty uninspiring so far. There's no texture, no detail, so we're going to fix that now. Next, we drag out from the roughness dot, same again, image texture color. We're going to open the roughness. Last but not least, we need the bumps of the carpet. So we're going to drag from normal, we're going to search normal matte, and then we're going to drag from color, image texture color. Now we open the carpet normal here. And you can see we've got like some kind of bumps going on. I'm going to change it to object space. Tangent space doesn't seem to be doing it. And then to liven this up a little bit, I'm actually going to take the roughness. I'm going to do Shift A. I'm going to look for color ramp. I'm going to look for mix color, and we're going to connect these two. And then this output's going to go into roughness. Then into the factor of the roughness, we're going to drag out into a noise texture, which will randomize the roughness. You can see here we've got this sort of pattern appearing of wetness. These are supposed to have damp carpets in the backroom, so this is a way to do that. We're going to get the texture coordinate node next and drag object into vector. Okay, and if you want to change the scale of your noise, you can increase this a bit. I'm going to do 0.2. I'm going to increase the detail to 15, and then I'm going to set factor over here to 0.5. So it's half of the normal roughness from the image, and then half of this generated noise texture. Next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to use the magnet. So there's a magnet up here that allows us to place things in regular intervals. So if I click the magnet, and I'm going to go to vertex. If I do Shift D to duplicate, I can hover it on an edge, and it will snap to the edge as long as I move it away first. So if I do G to grab, you can see it snaps. Shift D, move away, G, grab. Voila. Oh yeah, and I forgot this step. We need to set the object to our object, and now we don't have that tiling going on in between. So make sure you set the object to one of these planes, and now we've got the different sections. I'm just going to lower this black bit, so we can make it really wet by dragging this up. I'm going to have it just a tiny bit, just like that. So that creates some irregularity across the surface. So there we go, we've got our planes. Now let's do a wall. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to move it there. To rotate it, we do RY 90. I'm going to use G and plop it back down here. Now we're going to go back into the shading tab to make this into a wall texture. So let's go shading, and we're going to start replacing these textures with the wall textures. First we need to press this to duplicate the material so we're not affecting the old one. Press the X's, and now we're going to get the wallpaper textures. So wallpaper color goes into color, wallpaper rough into roughness, and of course wallpaper normal goes into normal. Would you look at that? Isn't she lovely? I'm really not so sure about this level of roughness, so I'm just going to get rid of the damp thing we got going on this one and just leave it as normal textures. It's currently facing the wrong way, so let's do RX90. Voila, and we've got some nice wallpaper texture going on. And like I say, you can just activate the magnet, just duplicate, Shift D, Shift D. And you can see this is a pretty simple way of doing things. So we can hold Shift and left click these three walls, Shift D to duplicate, And now they're on the other side. Sweet. Well, let's make the ceilings next, because that's kind of all that's left. So Shift D, move this up. Same as before, back to the shading tab, duplicate material. I'm going to get rid of all the extras. And then we click the X's on the materials, and then we just open up the new textures for the ceiling. There we go. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Guys, I want you to know I am currently sweating buckets. It is so hot right now. I'm suffering for you, so you better like and subscribe, alright? I'm sitting by this hot damn laptop, moist. And there we go. So that's the basics. You've got everything you need to make rooms. If you want to make some bigger rooms, you just duplicate several at a time by holding Shift left click, Shift D to duplicate. We're going to move that here, then move it here. Shift D to duplicate, Shift D, G, grab, there we go. Now we've got a bigger area. And guess what? I can just duplicate the wall. Shift D, and I might have to rotate one, so that'd be Shift D, RZ 90, G, Shift D, Shift D. You get the point, Shift D, Shift D. And if it doesn't snap to the right place, just move it away, then press G and move it to where you want. It will move to any of the corners. And you can also change it from vertex to edge, face, increment. There's different snapping tools, but vertex is the easiest for this in my opinion. Okay, so now we've done that, all we need to do is add some pillars, some walls, and some lamps. So the lamps will be nice and easy. Let's go top down view so we can see the size of these tiles. Everything's going to spawn by this circle, so we do add plane, GZ. And then I'm just going to press S and scale it down to the size of one of these tiles. Okay. The red line's going this way, and that's X. We want to stretch it that way, which is Y. So I'm going to do SY. And in fact, it's not thick enough in the red line direction either, so SX. And I'll make it all a little bit bigger than the tile so it can sort of sit on top. Okay. Now we've done that, we're going to go up here to edit mode. We're going to go here to face select, select the one face we have, and then we press E to add some thickness. We press I, then we're going to do E again, but inwards this time. Then we can do I again to make a little lip, and then E again for the light. You understand me? That's all we need, alright? Now let's go to the material section, new material, increase the metallic. Look, this is made of metal now. You can play around with the roughness as well to make it as shiny as you want. I'm going to do it like that. Now we're going to go back into edit mode, make sure we only select this face. We're going to go here to add new material, assign. Now this material is going to be the actual light bulb, so we're going to scroll down to emission, increase that to about 10. So now it looks like a glowing light. You get me? What we're going to do is we're going to add a light to this. So we're going to go add light area. You can see we've got this area light here. It's currently box shaped, which is wrong. We just have to go over here to the light area, change it from square to rectangle, and now we can just move the edges in. Move it up a bit. Now we've got a light. See that in render mode? You can see it. I'm also going to change the power to 100, and then I'm going to make it so this is a single item in the hierarchy. See, this is a bit messy. We don't want that. So we're going to look for this. I'm going to change it to light box. We change the area to area light. I'm going to do new to get a new collection. I'm going to drag them both in that collection. Click on here, I'm going to do Shift S, cursor to selected, and I'm going to do add empty plane axes. Okay, so this is going to be, if I want to move both of these, I have to parent them to this axis. So now I click the light box, control click the area light, control click the empty last. Let's do control P, set parent to object, keep transform. So now if I move this, everything moves together. If you don't do it this way, you can't link the light to the light mesh. And now we can just grab the plane axes and put that straight through the ceiling. And there we go, we've got a light. And let's go into rendered mode. We're already in it. Render settings are rubbish, so let's click on render, change it to cycles, device, GPU. We're going to scroll down, denoise activated. And then we're going to change this to 18. I don't think you need much more samples than that. And then if we want to duplicate this, we're going to click on the empty, open it up, shift click that, and you need to duplicate them together. Now keep in mind, rendered mode is very laggy because it uses real life ray tracing calculations, which are brutal for the computer. Alright, now if we want to make a pillar, we can just click on one of these, duplicate it, and we just need to bend it and warp it a little bit. So we're going to go into edit mode, we're going to chop it up, so we're going to do Control R, then we're going to go into face select, delete 2 of these, and we're going to duplicate this face. Okay, so we're going to do Shift D, X, RZ 90, activate our magnet, drag it to this corner, duplicate, drag to this corner, and we're going to grab this one, duplicate, drag to that corner, and there we go, we've got a pillar. If we go back into object mode, it's a little bit off the ground, it's fine. I should do GX and then match it to this corner. Let's get rid of all the things in the way. Something about the backrooms, you just make things like this, you just put them in strange places they're not supposed to be in, and it'll look pretty good. I'm not 100% sure the normal maps are working right now. That's because we probably need to go into the color space and make sure that we have the roughness set to non-color and the normal map texture set to non-color. There we go, that's better. And that goes for everything. So we're going to do that in all of them. Color space, non-color, on everything except the color, of course. Yeah, it's a bit better. There we go, some very basic backrooms being created here. If you want to get into Blender, making the backrooms is 100% a great way to do it. You can also get any entities you want, just download them off the internet and import them into here. Doesn't it look cool? It looks like there's a little portal into another world. So yeah, next video guys, I'm going to be showing you how to make it an animation where you're walking around here with camera shake and everything, just like KanePixels. But yeah, this is level 1 tutorial, so if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. If you want to see the rest, make sure you stay tuned and put notifications on. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.